I've done several Halloween reviews over the years, NES games, Famicom games, and even a Sega Genesis title. It's getting tougher to think of games to cover that surround this spooky season, but then I remembered I once wrote a Halloween script I never produced for Frankenstein, The Monster Returns. This script is from 2015. Now the world's changed a lot since then, my writing style's changed, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do something that's never been done before in an online game review. While I read the script in real time, you will see the video being produced and we'll both get to react to it at the same exact time, and it's gonna be fun. Now, to hold myself accountable and to have some fun, every moment that doesn't land or for every joke that fails, I am going to scarf down a Wegmans Halloween double-filled Oreo ripoff cookie, which was Best Buy, well, before COVID. Okay then.
COVID? That's got nothing on the Spanish flu of 1918.
That was actually new material, but that wasn't bad, right? Right? Oh, jeez. Oh, tastes like the 2018 midterm elections.
Frankenstein, The Monster Returns, developed by Tosei and published in 1991 by Bandai, the folks who brought you Power Rangers and other questionable toys. This is a 4-stage action game where the player takes on the part of a warrior from a village that has been besieged by a returning Frankenstein and minions under his curse.
Cut to Pat wearing a Frankenstein costume. Pat reading from a script. I better get into the spirit by dressing up. Look at me spending the big bucks. I already wore this costume already for the Monster in My Pocket review. I better do a costume change, but I'm gonna do it TikTok style. All right, that'll get the Zoomers to subscribe.
Here's the story. Frankenstein rises from the grave from a lightning strike, a la Jason in Friday the 13th Part 6. Were you aware the name Frankenstein is actually the name of Dr. Frankenstein and not the monster? Yeah, I get it, nerd. But who reads books anymore? Frankenstein decides to go to the nearest village and lower everyone's property values. I guess he somehow got over that fear of fire upon death. If that's not enough, Mr. Stein decides to get rapey and kidnaps Emily, your gal-friend. Well, that aggression will not stand, man. There you are, dressed like Julius Caesar, trying to take out giant rats with your fist attack, which can be quickly upgraded to a club or a giant turkey leg from a Renaissance fair. You also have a strange jump kick, which is as useless as DoorDash. I mean, have you heard of this thing? An app to get food delivered? Ever hear of going out to restaurants? No one will ever use that thing.
Okay, that one aged like bread. Or like this cookie.
So you plod along the promenade while beating up ogre pigs, and you can even get a projectile pickup for your turkey leg. You then come to one of the first of many mini-bosses. These are dog-rat creatures, and it's similar to Stage 3 of Russian Attack, with alternating attacks from each side. Moving on to another part of the town adds killer bees and the ability to enter empty rooms that have items like hearts inside crates. Don't ask me if there's a black market organ harvesting business in the village, but I think there is. Next is an overly modern sewer system that you may find Leo and Ralph hiding out in. Mutant aquatic creatures must be dealt with. It's a good time to mention that if you get hit, you may lose your weapon and have to revert to your fist attack. Next up is an aquatic dragon. Looks kind of snobbish. Don't turn your nose up at me, reptile. I'm more evolved. He's protecting a treasure and, will hit immediately with a fireball. Bop that dragon's snooty nose to defeat it. You'll get your hit points restored afterwards. Yay! Battle your way back and... Wait, was that sewer section optional? Great, I'll probably need to get a tetanus shot for whatever was in that sludge water. Remember when we used to get shots for things like measles or hepatitis? Glad that's in the past. The only needles we'll have to worry about ever again is if we sew a yarn sweater.
Damn you, pandemic! Oh. Can I get a vaccine for this taste?
Next, I find this library/bar and talk to this old dude who explains the plot again. I already know it, mister. Emily turns out to be his daughter. Oh, all right. You want to help me, Pops? Or at least do something about that pink eye? No? Here, take this potion. What? What, me? Yes, you moron. There's no one else around beating back monsters with a drumstick. Old dude leaves you with a potion that can restore your health with the select button. Death, or the Grim Reaper, is the next foe in your way. Oh no, my drumstick! Don't fear the Reaper, as he's pretty easy to beat. Just wail away each time he reappears. Why does this remind me of a Konami game? But watch out for this dumb pterodactyl that takes you back to the beginning of the stage. Great. Beat up a purple jello mold of yourself and get back to where you started. Now I'm ready. This time I'll jump kick that bird in the nards. After that, you fall down some interdimensional hole and face a weird griffin demon. He whines about needing a worthy opponent and then flies around and breathes fire at you. After turkey leg and jump kick attacks with suspect hit detection, you tried to interrogate Demon Horse, but alas, Emily's being held by Frankenstein just yonder. Where did you go? He's right there! I can see his green mug! Frank's face jumps and falls as his body does in the animation. Alright, Tosei, I see what you did there. You get a sword at the end of stage 1 and jump off the cliff! Well, I guess Emily's worth it, even if she does look like a rolled slice of salami. That would be like if Nintendo abandoned the 3DS and did a hybrid home and portable console. That would be suicide. They'd go out of business. Nintendo would be forced to survive as a company by putting out Mario games on PlayStation 4.
All right. I was a little off on that one. Oh, this cookie's a little off. The cream tastes like paste.
You fall into a forest and gain the ability to shoot fire from your sword. That happened to me one time, but the doc prescribed a pill for it. So you fight off black fish heads and get to Squidman, who is rich. After an easy battle, he runs off. What, did he think we were playing some sort of squid game?
Well, no, it wasn't a failed joke, just a weird coincidence.
More fish heads and a little rock climbing brings you to Blade Master, who proclaims himself great before admitting he's been mortally wounded by Demon Horse, who I just easily took out. He then offers me a potion that could have saved his own life. Blade Master maybe isn't the sharpest blade. After talking gibberish, I'm out. Okay, well, thanks. Have fun dying. See ya! Back in the forest to avoid Legend of Zelda rocks before facing ripped Squid Dude again. Joining him is the Statue of Liberty, attacking you with freedom balls that aren't even aimed at you, making for another easy battle. After defeating the she-monster, as the game calls her, Ripped Squid freaks the F out. I should thank you, boy. That's a little disrespectful. Squiddy tells you that his curse was lifted, but it was all due to Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a wizard now, apparently. Moving on to some Frogger jumping, but if you fall, you'll face Merman here until he's defeated, and then you go back to the beginning of the stage to try again. Speaking of Merman, I cannot wait for them to make another He-Man cartoon. That show will be loved by everyone.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad, but rules are rules. Oh. Tastes like Chila's toe jam.
The next monster fight is against Medusa. At this point, it's fair to say that this title is taking the Castlevania approach and just throwing all different famous monsters together, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't turn to stone by looking at Medusa and her bare chest that somehow got past Nintendo censors. Either way, this fight is simple as she just walks toward you until enough damage is done, and then her head starts flying around and she does a tongue attack. But again, this is not a challenge. You're too strong for me? Sweetie, defeating a Hammer Brother is more difficult. You're being controlled by Frankenstein too? Okay, well that's cool. What are you doing Saturday night? Saturday? I'm just washing my snakes. My hair. My snake hair. Bye! Frankenstein appears to berate Medusa while holding Emily in his poorly tailored suit. Don't worry about you. Sounds good, I can pop in Rygar or ice hockey and play something better. You then ask, where is Frankenstein? Huh? Dummy, Frank is right there holding Emily. Why can't you see this happening? He's 8 feet tall! Frankenstein starts a forest fire and then prances away with Emily. Somewhere, Smokey the Bear is super pissed. Next up is a graveyard fight against tombstones and gargoyles. I'll be sure to knock him dead.
Knock him dead? That's terrible. Oh no! There's more!
This gargoyle will be gravely mistaken.
Oh no, another thing!
I'll do the monster mash on his face. The next major stretch of the game is the castle. You enter a room where a gargoyle is snacking on a stone tablet that tells you to look for a key. Helpful tip. A skeleton with a pitchfork greets you before another tip advises you to use the key between the two keys. Wait, what? It's time to ascend some stairs. There's a life potion, the three-way fire for the sword, another life potion. So far, there are more items in this stage than enemies. The third story of the castle brings on falling forks and a battle against statues with 8-pack abs throwing a boomerang sling. Between these ripped statues and the squid guy, I feel like I'm being body-shamed a bit. You can skip past the roided guards, but if you take one out, you can get his Sling o' Doom, which absolutely stinks on ice to use. The cute gatekeeper is the next to stand in your way, another floating head with a fist attack. After making short work of that, you then, what do you do? Naturally, you go back and see a brand new staircase to climb and come to the Dark Warrior, some Transformer-looking thing, or a Bandai Power Ranger villain. That would make sense. You have to take out 4 guards. Using the jump kick is easiest. And then the Power Ranger villain appears. Just sword and jump kick spam him. By now you should have enough life potions to assist you if you're low on health. You ask where Frankenstein is for the 8th time and Dark Warrior reveals he is in the evil dimension, otherwise known as Sabaro. Dark Warrior gives you a green sword and snitches on Frankenstein by telling you how to get to him. Then an awkward Superman spin. I don't know what's going on anymore. You get a final password before moving on. Hi! Here we are in an Aliens and Contra final stage looking level. The foes here are plants and skulls. Real original. A fight against 2 floating aliens is next, but like every other encounter in the game, is very easy. I'm not a fan of these boring boss fights padding things out. I tell you, this game would never make the roster on a plug-and-play NES if Nintendo made one. I mean, it's not like this game is a classic edition, right?
That wasn't even a joke attempt! That was a bad prediction, a reverse prediction, in fact. The opposite came true. Oh, I predict diabetes.
Man-Wolf is next, which is still a better idea than Cheetah Man. He'll charge, but he's pretty much a pushover. You'll get another 3-way fire for your trouble. You then work your way back with a couple new boring enemies to deal with. Orange balls are the next mini-boss, okay, followed by a vampire because F it, why not throw in Dracula at this point? Pitfall vine swinging is next, and it's probably the worst part of the game, as it feels tacked on and clunky. After a headless bro, you get to run it back with Dark Warrior, who you can just attack after each teleportation. One stage palette change later, and there he is, the monster himself. After some foreplay taunting, Frankie swings his arms and hops around. It's another simple strategy to defeat him. You wait for the big lug to jump at you and just swing. After he's finished, the door opens and there's little Emily. Yay! She asks where Frank is, but then tells you that only fire can defeat him, which she then gives to you. Wait, Em, you couldn't have used this fire yourself? I've been going through hell to save you. I jumped off a cliff. Time for one final fight against nude-ass Frankenstein, who shoots at you. You have to avoid fireballs and then his fist attack! Wow, this game has a lot of those. Firing at Frank's body results in sores. Ew. It's a fairly standard boss battle that shouldn't be too difficult. After some damage, Frank's head will pop off, and then jumping on his thick thighs will help in getting the final hits in. Hooray, there's Emily. I love you, I think. What can you say? How about a thank you for running through almost every classic horror monster in this short, mediocre, mostly uninteresting Castlevania wannabe? Even the credits have parody names like Castlevania does, but they aren't nearly as clever. Licky Rundal? Something tells me you shouldn't Google that. Either way, I'm glad I could spend my Halloween telling you all about this obscure title. Otherwise, how else could you learn about it? It's not like someone will waste their time putting together a review book of every NES game. No one would be crazy or dumb enough to try that.
Oh, this is just getting ridiculous. Well, maybe this script remained unused for a good reason. Either way, I want to wish you all a very, very happy Halloween. Oh, man. Oh, no, the line I missed. This game is so boring that even GameStop wouldn't accept the trading. Not that they need the business. GameStop has so much going for it and will be on top of the gaming world for a long, long time. No, it's not going to be. No. No. Tastes like the 2018 midterm elections. No. Oh my God, this is awful. Oh no, there's more. That gargoyle will be gravely mistaken. Oh no! Oh, this is a monster man on his face. Fluffernutter! I need a fluffernutter to get taste out of my mouth!